Hello, hello, my crafty friends. It's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. I'm bringing you the Farmhouse Florals August 2025 paper pumpkin. I hope that you are going to enjoy this unboxing and assembly video. I always make one exactly the way Stampin' Up! Designs it. And then, of course, there'll be at least 2 alternative videos. So look for those. I always get excited because I never know what's going to be in here. Okay, so it looks like we have this stamp set here with a little teapot. It says, "For a great friend, always here for you. You're simply the best. Thank you for your constant friendship and listening ear." We have some flowers, a tiny flower, a little bit smaller flower, a heart, a teapot, and then this cute little pattern. And it looks like you have the pattern repeated here. The second stamp set has a stem of flowers. "For you, thank you. You are loved. Forever your friend. Just a note to say, XOXO, hello." And then the last one says, "Good friends are hard to find. I'm so glad we found each other." So these are great stamp sets. Looks like our color is Secret Sea, so I will be grabbing that in a minute. And I always put the tissue paper and all the good stuff back, so not to disappoint you, I'm going to do that. I gotta grab my Secret Sea, which happens to be right next to me because the new ink colors are always fun and I like to have them near. Okay, so let's grab my paper snips and let's open this kit. I got this yesterday and I just didn't have time to do the unboxing because I have so much going on in my life right now. All right, so here's the stamp sets that I read you. You can see the flowers and the teapot a lot better. And then, of course, all those sentiments. This is so fun. The Farmhouse Florals, which is the original, the add-on is the Friendly Florals. So the teapot set is the extra that you got, and then this is the artwork for the first one. I think it's cool that they gave us 2. I don't know what they're going to have us use. I never use the spot, so I'm going to put that in the box. Here is, oh, this is actually quite cool. It looks like there's flowers in a tote bag, flowers in a typewriter, and flowers in some pots by a door. This is quite pretty. I love the navy blue, or I'm assuming it's Secret Sea. So we're just gonna make our cards exactly like they say to do so. So I'm going to put this out. It's gonna help us organize ourselves. Let's see what else is in here. We have some twine. We have some mini dimensionals. The envelopes are all the same, looks like. Oh, they have like kind of speckle on the paper. Quite pretty. A speckled paper. Love that. Let's look at the card bases and all of our parts. So this is quite pretty, this purse. Love that. Love that. On that same speckly paper. So we only need one of those. Looks like there's one that's plain. Plain speckles. Looks like we have 3 each of 3 designs for 9 cards. Here's some pieces, and then here's the last card is the typewriter. So I guess the one with the door is the blank. All right, so we have some cute little tags. It looks like a torn piece of paper. This one looks torn here also, but with this Lost Lagoon color there. This is probably the one that goes on our blank. I'm gonna take the other 2 and put them away. I'm only gonna keep one of these out because I'm sure we're not gonna need all 3 of them since they're identical. And then I'm gonna keep this out for right now. All right, So for card number 1, it looks like we need the blank piece. You need this. You need one of these with the blue. And then we're going to do some stamping. So that's it for that one. For card number 2, you need the one with the tote bag. It looks like you need this tag here. Right there. You need, not that, we're going to need the tote bag and the handle. One of these maybe, and then a double flower and a single flower. So it looks like we have some extras. All right, that's it for that one. And then for the one with the typewriter, it looks like we need this torn paper look. We need a double flower and a single flower. And so we can get rid of this piece. And we need the typewriter. All right. Let's see what they're gonna have us do. So this is 3, 2, we'll start with 1. I'm gonna move this out of the way. Here we go. So for number 1, we're gonna turn here. Gotta manipulate your little instructions until you get it right. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna need the floral with the stem. I have to grab a block. Put that down. We're gonna have to size that, of course. I like to remove the sizing by rubbing it. On my hand or the palm of my hand or whatever. See how it gets cloudy. And then it looks like we're gonna need You Are Loved. This one. And then it wants us to do this long strip also. I guess I'm just gonna wait for right now. I have to remove the sizing from this one. So step 1 says to open our card. So this must be on the inside. Of course, the raised edge is what you bend against. So this is a very thick cardstock. Normally it's much thinner. This is quite thick. It looks like inside we're gonna stamp our You Are Loved and then a floral on top and on bottom. So let's add that first. Right there, You Are Loved. That's pretty. I'm going to clean my stamp. I like to clean as I go and put away because that way I have room since I'm only using 1 block. And then it looks like we're gonna have 1 floral on top and then 1 floral beneath it. That sizing came off really nice. Nice, good color on that stamp. Looks lovely. All right, so that's the inside. I'm gonna clean and put away. Let's see what it wants me to do next. So number 2 says to close it. Well, let me grab my bone folder. And if you don't have a bone folder, I highly recommend getting one. It helps you to lay your cards real flat. So for the outside, it looks like we're gonna do a thank you and then this background. So let's get the background. I'm gonna angle that on here. And then I gotta find the thank you. Oh, here it is at the top. And we're gonna add that to the back here on this side. We'll start with that one. We'll remove the sizing. And then, of course, we will do it to this piece as well. All right, so let's start stamping. The thank you goes on this little piece here, right along that line. That's pretty. There's that. And then it looks like we're gonna overlap that piece there quite a bit. 2 on one side and 2 on the other. So it looks like we're gonna have one here, one above it. Okay, and then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Kind of overlapped. I don't know why. Let me see how this is gonna, how much this is gonna cover. Quite a bit. So it looks like right about there. So really you only need a little bit. All right, so there's some overlap there in the middle. That's okay. It's how they wanted us to do it. So that's it. Quite a bit of stamping on this card, actually. It's not the norm. I'm gonna leave this because I have a feeling they're gonna want us to put that on the other cards. For right now, I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna close my ink pad though. And it looks like it has us putting only 5 mini dimensionals, which is not happening in my book. So we're gonna grab that one, 2, whoops, not that far back. Let's move it in right there. And then it says to put 1 in each end, and I'm not doing that, guys, so sorry. I'm doing at least 3 on each side. That is just crazy. These are so small too. I'm gonna do it all. I'm gonna go 9. It asked me to use 5. I'm using 4 extras. It's okay. I'm actually gonna use more than 4 extras. I can't help myself. If you know me, you know I don't use just a couple dimensionals. I need this to be really firm and stay. So we're using what we need to do. What we need to make sure our card is gonna look nice. All right, so it's having me to attach this over this stamping, so we're not going to see that overlap. It's quite pretty, actually. It's kind of crooked. I don't like that. I gotta fix that. Try again. Looks good. Quite pretty. And then this thank you is just gonna go across, but I personally think it needs some glue. They didn't give us any glue dots, so I'm just gonna use some liquid glue. I don't like things to possibly flip up, so I'm not leaving that to chance. So I'm gonna put this right, actually, it's, needs to move over a little. I don't know why it had us put it so far in, but it was sticking off my card and then it won't fit in the envelope. So I just have to make sure that it stays on your piece, and then that glue there will really help hold it in place. There we go. All right, so that's our first card. Not my favorite card we've ever had on Paper Pumpkin. The images are quite pretty, but I think we can do better for our alternates for this one. All right, let's go to card number 2. So card number 2 is the one with the bag. All right, so it looks like inside we're doing the same kind of thing. And it looks like right across here, we're gonna stamp this one. I'm gonna do that one, even though it's step number 3. I just have this on here and I'm just gonna go ahead and stamp it. So I'm gonna do right across, right under that handle there. I don't know why they didn't just, put that there if they wanted it like that. This piece we're gonna stamp. All right, let me clean my stamp and take that off. And then we're gonna use our same flower from last time. The sentiment we're gonna use says, good friends are hard to find. I'm so glad we found each other. It's this long one. Let's see, put that like that. I'm gonna put this one on this side. All right, so this one needs a sizing remove because we haven't stamped it yet. This one is good, but we're gonna do this on the inside. Let's put our little bag, our holder, all this at the top here till we need it. I don't know how my desk surface never seems big enough. Okay, so let's do our sentiment in the middle first. And then of course we're gonna do that floral. Good friends are hard to find. I'm so glad we found each other. So cute. And let's do our flower. I also grabbed the For You that we're gonna need to stamp on that baby tag. Let's do our flower next. It's quite a pretty accent, actually. I really like it. This Secret Sea is such a beautiful color. All right, let's do our last little bit of stamping. These are coming along quite quick. It looks like we're gonna do it with the dot that direction, and we're adding For You. Right, centered on the tag. All right. Let's put away my stamps. Then we'll get back to this. The For You lived on the top here, and this flower right here. All right. Let's close this before I stick my hand in it. We're gonna put our corners together. It's the best way to burnish. So what happened last time won't happen again. All right, look at that. Interesting card. All right, so we're on to step 4, which has us putting, see, it had us put 5 on this bag and 5 on that other card. See the difference? I can sign off on 5 on this, but not on that other piece. Looks like we're gonna need 1 here, right here. The handle gets a half. 1 on each end here. All right, and then the single flower, 3 on that single flower. See, they're just, I don't understand who decides the dimensional count on this stuff. It's just mind-blowing to me. We don't need 3 on that flower. Well, 1 really is all we need. I'm gonna put maybe 2. There we go. All right. So now we have to assemble everything. It looks like we need 12 inches of twine. And you can measure that right here. I'm just gonna grab my measure on my desk. I have a ruler that's stationary, it stays. First I gotta find the start to this twine. There it is. Maybe, yeah. All right, so, you know, it gets very squirrely, so you just have to put it between your finger and just get it to straighten up. So 12 inches is probably gonna be way too much, but I'm just gonna use what they tell me. All right, let's put this back in the bag so it doesn't come undone everywhere. All right, so it looks like it wants me to take this handle and put this through the hole and tie it into a bow, which the 12 inches is humongous. We didn't even need that, maybe 8. Don't waste your twine, guys. This is too much. 8 inches is more than enough. I feel like that's such a waste. There we go. Okay, that's tied on there. And then, I guess we add over the top? I don't know. I'm confused. I think the directions on our paper pumpkins lately have not been very good. Last month, it was a lot of guesswork also. I feel like this month's kind of some guesswork. While the kits are getting better, the directions are getting worse. I have to figure all of this out on the fly. Ugh. All right, so it looks like we're gonna put a flower here over the top of this. So I don't think that one needed 3. I don't like where I put the dimensionals on it, actually. Let's try that and see how that looks. Quite nice. All right, so there's that. It looks like these are the other flowers right here. I don't even know. It's hard to tell. It kind of overlaps. And then these are yellow, but I don't know where they go. I guess up top. Over this. All right, I don't. Very interesting. I wonder who came up with this. So basically, they gave us the exact purse or a tote bag, and then we're adding the handle. And this little dimensional that they had us put on here is so that we can secure that onto the side here. And we're gonna turn this, and I'm actually gonna leave, since they made me cut 12 inches, I'm just gonna leave the ends long. I don't want the loops to be any bigger than what I have them right now. And I'm just gonna let these kind of be themselves. So that's card number 2, guys. What do you think of this one? The images are gorgeous, but I think we could do better on this card also. So stay tuned for my alternates, because I have a feeling that we can do way better. Don't you think? Okay, card number 2 in the books. Card number 3. All right, so card number 3, again with this, to say thank you. So that's what it's gonna say. So we're gonna stamp that part, to say thank you. I don't know what I dropped. Oh, here it is. I dropped my piece, but I think we're good now. So, this is the top. So this is where I'm gonna stamp the words. So it's gonna say, to say thank you. To say, and then thank you. The to say needs to be sized. The thank you should be good. I just want to make sure it stays down. And then of course we're going to do those flowers one more time. This is the recurring theme of all of the insides. Then we want to use the just a note, and we're going to stamp that on the typewriter. Paper. I guess the torn piece up like that. All right, and then I just have to get the big flower. This flower is getting a workout on these cards, right? It is quite pretty, but I don't think you need it on every card. All right, it looks like we need our background again. I'm not really a fan of this background. I'm doing these the way it says, but I think it's an overkill. All right, so let's fold our card. All right, let's see. It has us stamping this across the typewriter here. Silly, really. I don't even understand that, but whatever. We're done with stamping. I'm gonna put away this little pattern. Interesting use. All right, dimensionals to the rescue. Okay, so it looks like number 4 says we're gonna put 2 on this piece. 1 there, 1 there, 4 on our typewriter, which to me is not really enough, but okay. I think it needs on the bottom also. All right, and then, I don't know, they didn't tell us where to put them on these flowers. So I am assuming we're just going to add like we did last time. Because again, no directions. Like I said, they sometimes don't know what they're talking about here. Silly that they didn't put any directions for this part. Okay, so looks like this piece goes down into here. Like that. And then I think, personally, once it's in there, I'm going to use dimensionals to hold it down. You do you, but that's personally I think it needs it. All right, let's pull these off, and we're going to attach our typewriter over the printed typewriter on our card. And again, why print it if they're giving us this? I don't know. To show us exactly where to place it? Not sure. All right, so we're gonna add this. It'll cover right there where we don't want it. All right, and then it looks like these flowers are placed around that. Like this. And then this one on the other side. This is quite interesting. Guys, tell me what you think of this project. No twine, only a little bit. That's it. Oh, interesting. Okay. So let's get our stamp sets out of here, our twine. Let's bring our cards back in. Let's put our directions away. And I can't wait to work on alternatives because this kit is cute and I think they could have used twine on more pieces. I feel like I wasted the amount of twine I put on here, but it is what it is. All right, so number 1, number 2, number 3. Tell me which one of these is your favorite and what you think of this kit. I have mixed emotions about it, actually. Normally, I absolutely love them. I think the artwork is gorgeous. I just don't like what they did with the cards. So let's try and make it better. I'm going to work on alternatives. If you don't mind, give me a thumbs up for my video. I would appreciate it if you got some value out of this. Also, give me a thumbs up, share my video, and if you would like to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin under me, I would love to have you as a subscriber. Just go to inkyhandswarmhearts.com, which is my website. Click on Shop and Paper Pumpkin, and you can sign up to get your own kits. All right, and if anyone needs an extra of this kit, I always get at least 2, so let me know if you need one, and I'd be happy to get it. If you're looking for any past kits, also let me know. I have past kits, past refills, and such, so just reach out to me, and I'd be happy to help you. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!